this going, then I'll put you on.
Alright, just wait a few seconds for me. Alright, you already broadcasted, didn't you?
Hey. Are roofing bleachers only to get up?
So let's try this. Fade to brief. Just press the button. Alright. Now cut.
Alright, we're recording.
Alright, just slowly zoom out.
The Flucos will be kicking off to start the game.
Alright, Brian, are you ready?
Back to receive for the Warriors. Number 10, Stephen Hearn.
Alright, so I'm going to have you get the Fluco side of the kick, so you're going to do a return. I'll talk to him. So you're just going to follow the...
Will, if you'd have a seat here for me, bud.
Sorry.
So what you're going to do is you're monitoring the games just being recorded here and streamed out. Right. And so what you're going to do here on the scoreboard, you can check the scoreboard over there. And so for the Warriors, when you increase the score here, we're broadcasting it.
Oh yeah, Brian, yeah, get on the other side of the field. There you go.
Welcome to Fluco Sportsnet, your home of the Flucos. We're bringing you Savannah versus Western Albemarle here on Friday night. We're about ready to start the game on the opening kickoff. It's senior night for the Flucos and senior Christian Franco out to kick off. Factory receiver for Western is number 10, Stephen Hearn.
No. And then wait, and pick there. When I tell you to, we're going to go. So just stay in your shots, guys.
Just increase it. When you click over here, just increase it by 1, increase it by 1 up to the score, and it'll go automatically on there to the right score. Okay. So you can just click on that screen.
So +1 means touchdown?
That's one. Actually, you'll go up to 6 points. So if you get extra point, go up to 7.
And we are underway. A long...
If you go over here where it says full screen,
Appears to be an onside kick attempt with out of bounds for Savannah.
this will take it. You'll hit go.
That would give Western favorable field position.
There's a flag on the play. This one. I'll help you when we get to that stuff.
Okay.
And then
So right now, just leave this one.
So let's fade. There you go. Yeah, there you go, Brian. And then just zoom in.
We had a little technical difficulty. You saw a touchdown on your screen, and clearly there's no touchdown. So Western Albemarle will start with the ball at the 42-yard line, handoff up to the left side of the 24 on the carry. Justin Hodge for the Warriors.
He's across midfield down to the...
He's a gain of 20 on the play.
And fade back.
He's across midfield to Savannah 39-yard line.
The quarterback, number 16.
Yeah, we're doing great so far, guys.
Jesse Van Dyke from
Only
the
good
top
one.
4.
You guys are great.
Fake handoff, and he's a quarterback carry. Nice stop there for Savannah.
Taken down by Jesse Lockett.
Jesse Lockett's there on the stop on the quarterback carry.
Down to the 32-yard.
It's going to be a gain of 7.
When you're doing your movement,
Second down about.
don't
Quarterback
just kinda
Kent Henry for Western,
like I knew
known for his legs as well as his arm. The handoff going up the middle. That'd be a first down for the Warriors.
Balls on the carry. Across the 30 down to the 26.
Yeah, there you go. Alright, let's fade.
Kevin Good and Jesse Lockett come
Alright,
to
this
stop.
on you.
It's a first down.
And let's fade the other.
So if you go
Alright,
this
now
way,
we're on you.
get the first down, you can do that. There you go. To get rid of it, just go to blank shot. It goes away.
And then push go again.
Okay. Let's run at random. Let's go Flucos.
Henry in shotgun with number 26 in motion. He rolls right. Finds his man pause.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Justin Hall.
It'll be incomplete.
Here's Little League up
Question.
Still at the 26. Second down and 10.
Second down and 10.
Second and 10, Warriors lined up at the Savannah 26-yard line. 10:48 in the first quarter. Henry in shotgun with 2 in this backfield. Handoff up the middle to Haas. He is shut down by the Savannah line.
He stopped at about the 24-yard line.
No question. Do I
Michael
have to
Solar
plus one 6 times or just once?
You do it 6 times. Okay. It goes up in 1 increments.
Okay. Just make sure.
Henry has a man up the middle, number 10. And he makes his way into the end zone. That's Steven Hearn.
Was it a touchdown?
Yeah.
Hit touchdown. Yeah, hit go. It'll take it to the what's going on.
Alright, so here's how picks are going to work.
So you bring your blank shot over here.
Steven Hearn,
And then do plus ones.
his first catch of the game, goes for a 26-yard touchdown from Henry at the 10:16 mark in the first quarter.
You change what's going on. That's
Alright,
good.
now you want to be back a little bit more so the guy goes all the way back. There you go. And fade to that. And then back. There we go.
Extra point is up and good. It makes it 7-0 now for Western Albemarle.
Kickoff.
Savannah gets ready to receive the kickoff.
So Al, you're going to be on the first kicking the ball. And then Brian will get the return.
As I mentioned earlier, it's senior night. I'll take time to recognize all the seniors on the team: Christian Franco,
Brian, let's get
Cody
shotgun.
Childers, Javon Burton, Marcus Jackson. I'm sorry, he's not a senior.
The guys were
Rashawn Tibbs, Devin Good, Joey Shaheen,
I was totally thinking that.
Jedediah Harris,
Yeah.
Once again,
Jonathan Payne, Kyle Swanson,
located by the home side concession
Terrell
stand.
Key,
Phil Chili now is the best
Michael
time to
Lawhorn.
Brunswick Street.
Alright, Brian, go 2 hours ahead.
and Michael
Yeah, he goes
Scholler.
all the way to the turn game. Alright. And then we're going
Perfect. The kickoff.
22, Raquan Washington back to return the kickoff for Savannah.
actually, Allie's very slow using that. There you go.
Raquan Washington.
Sorry, left out a senior, Jarrett
Number
Dunbar.
11, Jalen
That's
Harrison.
perfect right there. And fade.
The ball goes to Lewis.
There you go. Perfect.
Taking across the 20, making his way to the right side. There's a
Nice.
flag on
Good
play
job, guys. That was
as he's
perfect.
taken down to the 29-yard line.
And he's up to about the 29-yard line.
That's
There are
happening.
penalty flags on the field.
Alright, let's fade back. Nice. Alright, so same thing, we're gonna have yeah, there we
The
go.
penalty will be a hold against Flavanna. That will bring the ball back 10 yards.
So yeah, just keep that shot
Holding
right now.
against Fluvanna, moves the ball back to
Right,
about
now
the
it's very
15-yard line.
There you go.
We'll put it in late, first and 10.
Alright, so the same thing is gonna go here. We're gonna have Allie on the close up.
Here we go. Flavanna's first offensive possession of the game, setting up at their 15-yard line. Javon Burton with the carry. Biggest man at the middle. He has space. Nice carry there. He is close to the first down marker.
Up to about the 25, 24 yard
Flavanna
line.
in the navy blue and gold. Their usual home colors going left to right on the screen. Western in their full white
A
uniform.
gain of about 8-9 yards on the play, so second down and 1 for Fluvanna.
Valentina. Deshaun Tibbs under center for Savannah on second and first. Screen pass out to Harrison.
That was perfect.
Oh, and he will throw it. He has Jesse Van Dyke up the sideline. And he is gone. Touchdown, Fluco. We've seen a lot of that from Savannah in the past couple games. That's a 6-yard touchdown. Jalen Harrison finding Jesse Van Dyke up the left sideline on the trick play. If you recall last week against Monticello, Savannah had a similar play. There was a toss back to Deshaun Tibbs and Deshaun Harrison for a 75-yard touchdown on their first play. Was up and good. And that ties the game 7-all at the 9:13 mark. I know that guy.
Alright, let's face it.
Now for next week's Savannah County Athletic schedule. On Tuesday, October 30th, the varsity volleyball team will be in action in the Jefferson District Volleyball Playoffs in Palatine.
Alright, let's get a quick shot at cheerleaders.
On Thursday, November 1st, the varsity volleyball team will play for the Jefferson District Volleyball Championship in Palatine, starting at 7:15.
Alright, yep, Allie, keep following our guys.
Also on Thursday, the varsity cross-country teams will be running in the regional cross-country meet.
You guys got
They play
this.
at Oakland's Plantations in Williamsburg. Start time is 3 p.m.
Alright, so same thing. Allie, right now,
Fluco's whenever you feel
Down
like it.
over
Down over here, it says special graphics. Go to
Alright, Brian, go ahead and set up on there,
that.
guys.
So now and then you do Fluco Sports Network, you could do Fluco TV, Senior Night, Savannah versus Western Albemarle. You can do any of those
Said they're
all
running
day.
back off to the left.
Especially doing timeouts and
After their
stuff.
first touchdown of the game. Great start to senior night for Savannah.
Gotcha.
Stephen Hearn, back deep.
Franco's kick is low line drive. Right at the 46-yard line, 37-yard line
At
of
about the
Western.
33-yard line, where Western will
Sorry,
put the ball in
33.
play
Nice.
first
Nice.
and 10.
Alright, this is turning out pretty good already. I'm very happy with it. Alright, Fate. Alright, we're on the bleacher cam right now.
Western moving right to left on your screen. Henry rolling right. He will keep it.
And Fate.
Maybe a short game taken down.
Taken down by a nice tackle by number 31, Jesse Lockett.
Jesse Locke is there on the stop from behind.
Gain on the play of about 4 yards. Second down and 6.
Second down and 6. Ball spotted at the 36-yard line. Henry in shotgun. 3 to his left, 1 to his right. He drops back, has pressure. Cody Childress chasing.
Henry flush power pocket.
Number 11, Nicholas Jabanos. There was the intended receiver.
Also number 42, Jen Harris.
And Fate.
And the pass is incomplete. It'll be third down. And about
Yeah, if you would just slowly.
Good pressure there, getting to Henry, forcing him out of the pocket and into a bad throw. It was 3rd and 6 for Western.
Nice on you. Nice shot. And stand by. And
Henry's dropping back. He has pressure again. He has number 24, and he was not short of the first down. Pause there on the catch, but not short. Ball at the 40-yard line. They need to get to the 43.
They'll bring up a fourth on about 3.
Western will go for it on 4th and short. Cheerleaders getting the crowd into it. So now Western will bring out the punt unit. Jesse Van Dyke and Javon Burton will go back to receive it. He'll be a punter-keeper. Don't see this very often. He will scramble for the first down.
To the quarterback, Henry, and he runs for the first down at the 45-yard line.
Western using their own bag of tricks on Savannah.
First and 10.
Rolling out the punter to scramble for the first down. That'll put the ball at the Western 45-yard line. We're at 7:45 left in the first quarter. Henry will keep as he goes up the middle, and he is shut down. Number 10, Devin Good there on the stop, along with Jesse Lotkins.
And number 10, Devin Good. Also in there with Jesse Van Dyke. A loss on the play of 1 to be second down and 11.
Devin Good, often known as the emotional leader of this defense, and on his last game as a Fluco would love nothing better than to pull off the upset. They'll bring up 2nd and 11 for Western Albemarle.
Alright, good shot. Good shot, both of you.
Play action, screen out to number 26. He's chased down by Javon Burton. He will be close to the first down. Trevor Harlow there is the receiver in the catch and run. That'll give Western enough for a first down.
First down.
Alright, switch it. And nice. Stand by for a cut.
Henry in shotgun this time. 2 to his left, 2 to his right.
And it's cut.
It'll be a play action. He's chased out of the pocket. Here's he throws, and he has a man. Trevor Harlow there again on the catch. He is stopped just short of the end zone.
1 yard line by Javon Burton.
Will not be a touchdown on the play.
Not bad.
Javon Burton there on the stop, keeping him out of the end zone. Great play there by Henry, making something out of nothing. And there was a big something there.
We this early. We're just getting used to each other and whatnot. Alright, I like that shot, Bleachers. And
1st and inches. Henry will keep it. Dives over to Fluco defense and into the end
Henry
zone.
is in for the score, with 6:40 remaining to play in the first
So
quarter.
Henry has 1 throwing and 1 rushing touchdown already in this game.
Alright, fake it. Alright, so once they get set
Started
up,
in to try a
Brian will have your camera right now. So, yeah, there you go. Just stay right there. And Allie, go ahead and get the guy with the ball. The kicker action. There you go. There we go.
Extra point is up and good.
kickers
And
out
that
and
gives
good.
Western a 14-7 lead. 6:40 left in the first quarter. Very active first quarter.
Recap for this past week's athletic results for the Savannah County Athletics. On Tuesday, the JV volleyball team lost to Western 2-0. The varsity volleyball team lost also 3-0. The 9th grade football team lost to Woodbury Forest 22-16.
I'll take this time to give a shout out to our Fluco TV crew working tonight.
Nikki Dole was
Under the
champion.
supervision of
Congratulations, Nikki.
Mr. David Small, Zach Hazel, William Lowe, Owen Lietzel, Allie Giselle, Ryan Hayslip, Erica Gibson, Nikki Denby, and Ryan Wheeler. And meet Chris Markham on the mic.
And fake. Alright, Allie, run. Yeah, Brian, there you go. Just get over to the guy. That's perfect.
Corbett getting ready to kick off. Back deep.
This crew has worked hard to bring you every Fluco game this season. This will be our last football broadcast. Our next broadcast will be from the new gymnasium of FCHS, bring you Fluvanna basketball. Corn Washington back to receive the kick. Muffs it into the end zone, and it'll be a touchback.
22 for Corn Washington.
I think I will come out to the 20.
And first and 10 for the Fluco.
Alright, Allie, we're on you. It's a nice shot. Keep it. There you go.
Fluco's offense out to take the field after
Very exciting.
that first possession ended up in a touchdown from Jalen Harrison and Jesse Van Dyke. See what the Flucos can pull
Alright, Brian, we're on you.
out of their sleeves this drive. Tibbs in shotgun with Washington in motion. Carry goes to Javon Burton, gets shut down in the backfield, but there'll be a flag on the play. It appears to be a face mask on the call.
Alright, Ron, you were.
I already called it.
Face mask penalty against Western.
Yeah!
Face mask will give Fluvanna the first down.
Move the ball up to the 31-yard line. Where will be first and 10 for Fluvanna.
Ball will be placed at the 31-yard line.
I think we might actually win this game.
It's a possibility.
Punch formation for Fluvanna. If your quarterback keep up the middle, if it's walking his way across the 35-yard line, playing up 6 on the play.
Both of you did a great job on that. I can have to tell you the one in the
Number 11, Nicholas Stefanis. And number 42, Adam Phelps on the stop. A gain on the play of about 6, second down and 4.
6 minutes left. Let's fade. Alright, we're on you, bleachers. Stand by.
Tibbs again with the keeper. Trying to work to his left, and he is shut down in the backfield.
Slowly zone out ball. Nice.
Loss of about 1. It's third down the long 4.
Did you get my note?
Thank you so much.
Alright, fade. Nice. Yeah, let's keep running.
Looks like it'll be 3rd and 4
Alright, steady your
for
shot, Ryan.
the
There you go.
Flucos.
Pretty good, actually.
Ball placed at the 37-yard line.
That'd be great.
They have to get to the 41 for the first.
Oh, yeah. It's going out of Florida.
Flag thrown.
And fade.
Fluco trying to draw the Western offsides.
He's doing something for it.
Call will go against Fluvanna.
Switch hands.
Ball on the 31.
I'll push the ball back 5 yards. It'll be 3rd and 9 on the 32-yard
Alright,
line.
I'll keep it right there. And fade. Nice. There we go. Yep.
Yeah.
Third down and 9.
Will, that's Owen.
Okay.
4:52 left in the first quarter. A very slow-moving first quarter at that.
I fade.
His mom called. She's tracking Brendan and Jared off.
Okay.
Is it okay for them to come up here or
No,
not?
you have to ask him.
Well, not Jared, just Brendan.
Tibbs with the play action.
Right here, but
Washington on the catch. He only close to the first down.
Thank you.
Initially caught it short, and then appeared to be stopped, shook off the tackle, and dove for extra yardage.
Alright, fade it.
It'll be close to see whether or not this one was short. It will bring out the chain gang for the measurement.
Alright, yeah, keep it on that shot, Allie. That's looking nice. Yeah, go back to the guys with the big orange stick. There you go. Just keep it right there.
It'll be just short.
Short on the first down.
Nice. Yeah.
Then will go for it on 4th and inches. 4:24 in the first quarter.
It's like by inches.
It is.
It's pretty intense.
4th down 4 for Savannah.
Alright, switch it.
Let's see what it's.
Nice, Allie, nice. Alright, get ready, guys. Why is the ref just in? Alright, stay by. Okay,
Tibbs will keep it up the middle.
Tim's on the quarterback sneak.
QB sneak appears to give Savannah just enough for the first down.
First down.
I'm glad we got that. Like I said, we might actually win this. Our offense is actually doing pretty nice right now.
Just like last game. They're like the first
Tibbs in shotgun, 2 in his backfield, 3 out wide. Handoff up the middle goes to Javon Burton. He shakes off the tackle.
Burton on the carry, fights for yardage, gets to about the 30.
Pushes his way for a gain of 2.
On the stop is Joshua Gibson. And Dominic Christmas also on the stop. Gain of 2, second down and 8 for Savannah.
Right there. Move back to go. Good speed. Alright, switch it. Alright, let's see what they do.
Play action. Tibbs on the keeper.
Gibbs on the keeper across the 45 to the 40.
Looked to have a lot of room, but he was shut down from behind after he picked up 3 yards. It'll be
Gain of
3rd
3,
and 4.
third down and 5 for Savannah.
3rd down coming just underneath the 3-minute mark in the first quarter.
Alright,
Tibbs quick throw out to Harrison. He has a nice catch. Nice catch by the basketball star. Going down to catch that one.
First down, right?
Jalen Harris.
we're gonna, yeah,
Another
Ryan,
first
zoom out a little bit more.
down for
We're just
Savannah.
gonna keep it on the wide.
That'll move the chains once again for the Flucos
Alright, there we go.
as they approach Western Albemarle territory.
Alright, Brian, if the ball moves, it's up to you to follow it. Yeah, we just have a small.
Tibbs carry up to Burton up the middle, and he is shut down in the backfield.
There you go, Brian.
Joshua Gibson
Excuse me, Burton on the carry.
there on the stop for Western Albemarle.
And he stopped big. There's no gain on the play. Second down and 10.
Good carries up the middle. And he is also met by a wall of Warriors.
He again is headed to the line of scrimmage. Get on the stop for 68.
That'll be another no gain play. 3rd and 10.
might have been 58, Thomas Mullins.
Play action. Tibbs looking. He has Harrison up the middle.
And another nice catch by number 11, Jalen Harrison. At the 34-yard
Harrison will be down at the 36-yard line. And this one, again, we'll bring out the chain gang for a measurement to see if he has enough for the first down. So far, Harrison making his impact, both throwing and catching the ball.
First down.
That'll be enough for another Savannah first down. As the clock ticks, under a minute left to go in the quarter. Fluco's down 7 and working their way. Tibbs on the quarterback keeper.
Tibbs on a keeper off the left side. He's down inside the 35 to about the 33. Got Fox on the
He'll be down at the 34-yard line.
All right.
On the quarterback option.
20 seconds remaining to play here in the first quarter.
Clock ticks under 15 seconds to
There you
go.
go. Just make sure to get them in the middle. There you go. That's perfect.
And that'll be your last play of the quarter.
That'll be the final play of the first quarter. The one period. Western Alabama 14, Louisiana 7, and driving.
An overall successful first quarter
Lake Christian
for
Church
Savannah.
for sponsoring tonight's football game. They're located on Route 600 in Savannah County. Thanks again to Mr. Brian Warwood, pastor of Lake Christian Church. Thank you for your continued support of
The
Savannah
Flucos
County.
are satisfied by being only down 7 points and approaching the red
Congratulations
zone.
to the college kids for being named NNA's No Negative Attitude Students of the Week thus far for the
We'll
month of
recap the
October.
first quarter for you
Raymond
real
Miller,
quick.
Adam Cruz,
Western Alamo
Nick Yancey, Brianna Hubbard,
scoring quickly off the opening kickoff.
Devin Dewey, Matt Anderson,
Only taking about 5 plays to get into the end zone.
All right, you can stop.
Anna Dudley, Amber
Stephen
Campbell,
Hearn
Jeff Goodwin,
with the touchdown reception from Kent Henry.
Tracy Stinson, and Emma Graham. These
Savannah's
people were
first
nominated
offensive
by
possession of the game was a screen pass out to Harrison, who found Jesse Van Dyke streaking up the left side and sprinted his way into the end zone, tying the game. Then Western Albemarle bringing the ball back, working their way into Savannah territory.
All right,
And Kent Henry, the quarterback, rushing the ball into the end zone, giving Western Albemarle a 14-7 lead. Now Flucos are working their way down the field.
Devin Good
carrying the ball
ahead down to about the 30-yard line.
to be stopped at the 30-yard line.
Number 73, Nicholas Costa on the stop. It's third down and 4 for Savannah. Ball is at the 30-yard line.
Third and 3. Third down has been no stranger to the Flucos on this drive.
Good on the carry.
They've converted 3 of them, and that time Good will be stopped short.
Principal tackler. It is fourth down and 4 for Savannah.
Fourth
Brian,
and
get a
4
watch
yards
out.
to get the first down. Savannah will go for it. Big
Brian,
play
it's just
here
on you.
early in the second quarter. Tipped on play action, rolls to his right. Directing his man. He throws it and he is picked off.
Gets his pass is intercepted.
Stephen Hearn there on the interception.
Stephen Hearn.
That's not good. Oh, it's not. It's not intercepted.
Down inside the 15 and about the 14-yard.
I think he caught it inbounds.
I guess he can catch that.
Not much Tibbs could do
He
there.
definitely caught that out of bounds.
Had a
I think
lot
he
of
was on the
pressure
dashes when he
facing his
landed.
way, and he was well covered defense in the secondary.
Right,
for
Brian, it's
SMU.
time to move on to there. You need to have both feet about that. I guess both feet are bounds. Come on, I have two freaking cameras looking right at it. I'm pretty sure.
But the Flicker defense has Western pinned inside their 15.
There you go.
Burton there on the stop in the backfield. Nicholas Chapanas there on the carry.
Lost back to the 10-yard line, 4-yard loss. On the carry was Thomas Goldie. We'll bring up second down and 14 for Western.
We have a guy.
Second and long for Western. Play action. Kent Henry going to his left. Lobs it up. And he has a man.
Henry's pass is complete to number 14. And it's up at the 44-yard line.
Very, very tough throw made by Henry there.
It will be first down.
Announce your birthday over the radio.
The second time we've seen him throw like that off the run
I'm going to see if I can.
at a very awkward angle.
It's his birthday.
That one teardropping
Tomorrow.
I got to do it twice.
its way to the 45-yard line of Western.
I don't even know what time this is.
Pretty awesome.
Birthday's tomorrow, Owen. Don't embarrass me.
You have to end
If I can.
Carry up the middle.
Oh, aren't you nice?
He's shut down in the backfield.
Inside handoff on the stop to
Reverend Good getting in there.
Danny Wilson.
I got
And then it's good.
That's what that's
Jesse
going to
Arkansas say on the tackle. A loss of about 1 on the play. It'll be second and 11.
All right, Brian, we're still on you. Alright, just stay there for a second.
Henry once again throwing off the run. Beautiful interception there. Brought back across the 50. That's the 46-yard line. And the Birmingham into a one-handed interception by Burton halts the Warriors' drive dead in its tracks.
First and 10 north to them.
Alright, let's fade it real quick.
Great defensive play by Jelani.
And
So far, Burton making his impact on both sides of the ball, carrying
alright, Brian.
and defense.
We'll go to the left. And go out with it. Perfect. Alright, fade it.
Tibbs will pitch it back to Burton. There'll be an end around, tossing twice. He has Harrison off the hands.
Incomplete at the goal line.
Alright, Alec, keep on that guy. Perfect. Brian, yep, stay right there. Perfect. And fade it.
Everybody thought that was a touchdown. Everybody from Tibbs to the people in the stands. The double toss had the secondary frozen, which gave Harrison enough time to get free, and it was just off his fingertips.
Second down.
I've often heard that the easiest catches are the hardest ones. Couldn't be truer there. It'll be second and 10. Handoff goes Burton up the middle. He has a hole.
Burton on the carry down to the
He'll
middle of the
gain about 2 or
35-yard
3 on the
line.
play.
On the stop is 53.
They'll bring up 3rd and long. Ball
Also number
spotted
58, Thomas Mullen.
on the
Third down
36.
and about 7 for Fluvanna. 8:25 remaining to play.
Blue Goes have to get to the 28-yard line to move the
14-7
chains. Clock ticking under 8:15 left to go in the second quarter. Washington in motion. Tibbs looking for Harrison. He's picked off. Pass goes in front of Harrison. Nicholas Chapanos there on the interception. His second interception of the game.
I mean,
Devon Breton on the tackle, but the ball is returned. Moving interceptions.
Tibbs looking for Harrison on the
1-yard line.
quick slant. Threw it in front of him. And it was enough for Western Outlaw to pick it off.
Switch back to Alex.
So Western Outlaw with the ball once again into Savannah territory. Henry dropping back, has pressure, escapes it, and throws it at the ground.
Intended for Japanos.
Pass that time intended for Japanos. Too low for him to handle.
What goes on during halftime is
2nd and 10.
we'll leave it on a wide shot or whatever, and then we can all go and get food or whatever.
How much time is left? 7:52.
Couldn't hear you. Alright, so which one am I on right now? Alright, let's fade. Alright, slowly zoom in, Alec. Very slowly. Nice. And right there, Ryan. And fade.
Warriors in a bunch formation. Henry dropping back. Has time. Has Japanos. He escapes the tackles. He has the end zone. And he works and he backs it his way for the touchdown.
That was actually really cool.
4 tackles for Savannah. 2 men were there immediately to make
I
the
was surprised
stop.
they actually made 2 of our team members
Both of them
tackle
got
each other.
shook off.
I mean,
That was special.
And Japanos beat Shaheen there into the end zone.
Just like, I'm just gonna spin around and it was pretty cool.
So far, number 11 for the Warriors has its fingerprints all over this game.
Good. And fade.
Already 2 interceptions and 1 touchdown.
Fade.
Extra point isn't handled. 3 seconds here.
Nice.
And he will be tackled.
Why did they go for an extra point there? In
The holder was Japanos, couldn't handle it. Then Scramble would try to find a receiver and then took off running. He was stopped short.
Western Outlaw 20.
So that'll be 20 for Western, 7 for Savannah, 7:39 left in the second quarter. A very frustrating quarter for the Flukas, to say the least. I've had 2 trips inside Western territory, both ending in interceptions.
1982.
There you go.
They are here for their 30th high school reunion this weekend. Let's give them a hand and hopefully they'll be standing up and cheering. Welcome back, class of 1982.
Alright, back to where you were. You can go ahead, Brian. Allie, you want to use this? There you go. Yeah. And then, Brian, you're going to be looking at our side. There you go. Perfect. Yeah, just kind of zoom out a little bit, just in case any one of those guys can get the ball. So, perfect. There you go. Perfect.
Washington back deep for Fluvanna. I'm going to take Juan Lewis. Harrison. Corbin kicking off.
Kick is a good one. Taken at the 5-yard line by Raquan Washington. He'll be stopped at about the 25-yard line.
Washington gets back up to about the 22. Penalty flag.
Is there a flag? Yeah.
Nice shot, Ellie. I like that.
Dude, that was pretty intense, too.
Yeah, just keep that shot down. Very nice.
Did you see that?
Yeah. That was a good
Personal
try.
foul against Tuvana.
Fade it. The ball goes in my team, he's like, whoosh. I think he started talking smack to it.
Flag on the play goes against Fluvanna. He'll back the ball
Down to the 12-yard line.
to the 12-yard line.
Tuvana will put the ball in play. First and 10. 7:20 now. Tuvana will play in the first pass.
Alright, fade it.
Tibbs in the shotgun. 4 to his left, 1 to his right. Has Burton on the screen. He has room up the left side.
Complete from
Across the 30. That'll be a first down for Fluvanna.
Picks up a first down for Fluvanna. Trevor Harlow on the stop for Western. First and 10 for Fluvanna.
Alright, fade it.
Trevor Harlow for Western Albemarle with the tackle. They bring up first down at the Fluvanna 31-yard line. Tibbs with the fake pass. He has room up the middle. The quarterback carry across the 45-yard line. Back-to-back first downs for Fluvanna.
You guys are
Dominic Christmas on the stop. It is another first down for Fluvanna.
Sean Tibbs has Harrison on the left side.
Pass is complete to Jalen Harrison on the left side. Another first down for Fluvanna.
Back-to-back first downs for Fluvanna.
Trevor Harlow on the stop.
That one going to the 39-yard line.
Alright, fade. Alright, Brian, run you. Nice, I like that.
Timeout taken by Western Albemarle.
Ball by Western. 6:33 remaining to play in the first half.
Thank you. Alright, fade. And just slowly zoom in. Very slowly. There you go. Perfect, perfect, perfect. And now fade it. Looking good.
This time we'd like to thank all of our game sponsors for this football season. With your generous assistance, Fruco Athletics is able to continue on with many great accomplishments. Thanks again to
That timeout coming at the 6:33 mark in the first half. We'll take time to give a shout out to our Fruco TV crew working tonight's game under the supervision of David Small. Zach Hazel is our director tonight. William Lowe, Owen Lietzel, Ali Giselle, Brian Hayslip, Erica Gibson, Nick Denby, Ryan Mueller, all on staff. Chris Markham on the mic. Ready to get back to the
whatever you guys
football.
want to do. I mean, if you guys want to stay there, that's fine.
Tibbs has Burton on the screen pass. Nice game there. Maybe close to another first down.
To about the 32-yard line, maybe the 33. Nicholas Japanis on the stop for Western. Well, he is at the 33. Gain of 8 on the play, second down and 2.
Gain of 8, second and 2.
Yeah.
At the 33-yard line.
Alright, let's fade it. That's perfect. I like that.
Tips with the fake. He keeps up a little. And he has room. Taking up the center. And he has down. Touchdown Fluco. Beautiful play there by Deshaun Tibbs.
Good job, guys. We got
Throws the defense on the pump fake and sprinted his way past the Western defense.
These guys are doing great. Alright, fade it.
Giving a little chest bump there with Coach Barnett. And that'll draw the Flucos within 1 touchdown.
Yep, there you go.
Number 12, Jesse Van Dyke.
Yeah, that's perfect where it is. Alright, fade it.
Extra point is up and good, and that'll bring the Flucos within 6. Western Alamo 20, Savannah 14.
Please don't shoot that.
Savannah faithful rising to their feet in Phil Browning Stadium on this October night.
Yeah, I'm still on you. Yeah, there you go. That's perfect. Just stay. Alright, and let's fade to Brian real quick. Alright, so now we got to kick off. Alright, Ellie, let's get a shot of the tree. Okay, and fade. Perfect. Yep, there you go. As long as you got Ellie. Nice. Alright, now fade. Alright, Allie, go to the kick here, if you would, please. Yeah, to where the ball is. There you
So
go.
far,
Right there.
Savannah holding their own against the #1 team in the district.
Alright, you doing good?
5:47 left in the
Allie,
first
Brian,
half.
Infielding. Are you working? Okay. Alright, fade.
Low line drive kick taking it to 20.
Was taken by Stephen Hearn. And he
Hearn on the return taking it across 45, and there'll be a penalty flag.
Hearn is knocked out of bounds at about the 47-yard line.
Looks like it will go against the Flucos.
Smallsy. So we're not live streaming it? We are. Actually, it's not showing up. Oh, okay.
We're good. Tell them that we have streamed it live. We've been.
Alright, so apparently this whole time we've been streaming live. This doesn't look like on the computer, so yeah, we've been doing this for real. 5:40 left. Alright, let's fade.
Ball will be spotted at the Savannah 40-yard line.
At the 40-yard line.
Yes.
So Western Alamo is starting with really nice field position with 5:40 left in the first half. Quarterback Kent Henry in shotgun has a man in motion. The option play, he pitches it onto Japana, and he is shut down in the backfield.
On the stop for number 12, Jesse Van Dyke.
Nice hit there by Jesse Van Dyke.
Also, Joey Shea
He is
in
an
on that
impact
stop,
on
number
defense.
23. Gain of 1, second down and 9.
Allie, if you would zoom in a little bit more, please.
Only a gain of 1 on the play, 2nd and 9.
Right there.
Henry with the pump fake has a man going deep, and it is caught. Stephen Hearn leaping over Joey Shaheen. And Coach Barnett is incensed at the ref, and he will be flagged.
Ooh, penalty flags. I like those. I thought I heard penalty flag.
Some flag?
Thank you, Brian. Keep it at that show. Looking very
The
nice.
referee and Coach Barnett exchanging
Actually, if you
pleasantries.
pan roll to the right, there you go. Nice.
First and goal from the 2-yard line.
Okay, never mind. This wasn't good. Alright, faded.
First and goal from the 2-yard line. 4:47 left in the first half. Henry will keep it up the middle, and he has the end zone.
Henry on the carry is into for the score.
His second rushing touchdown of the game comes at the 4:42 mark in the first half.
Look at that, Brian. How are you telling you?
And the score is 26
Dallas stretch
to 14.
the Western Albemarle lead to 12.
Alright, let's fade it.
Western going for 2 points on the conversion.
The Warriors will go for a 2-point conversion. Henry rolling to his left. Pass is low and incomplete. That'll keep the score at a 12-point lead for Western.
Alright, I'm getting
26 to 14.
In a very entertaining first half, we still have 4 minutes, 42 seconds to go. Just a reminder, we still have Brunswick Stew for sale in support of the Wrestling Powerlifting team. It can be found in a tent located by the coinside concession stand.
A very entertaining first half of football, to say the least. The Savannah faithful have been treated to a very high-scoring first half, filled with trick plays and defense, special teams. It's been all over the place for both teams. Savannah holding their own, still within 12. Short, high kick. Taken by Jalen Harrison.
Taken by Jalen Harrison.
He'll cut the middle.
And he returns the ball across the 25
He returns the ball close to the 30-yard line.
There you go. Good.
Flag thrown on the play.
And it's all good.
Penalty flags again on the field.
Nice.
That flag thrown after the whistle.
And we'll go back to the wide shot of the roof.
Fire go against the Flukos. That penalty will push the ball back to the 12-yard line. Tibbs in shotgun. He'll punt fake, looking for his man.
Yes,
No gain on the play.
Go back
And
to
there's been around the 13-yard line.
Maybe a gain of 1 on the play.
bleachers. Brian, zoom in real tight, as tight as you can on the sideline. See if you can find a coach talking to a player. Maybe Davis there. Good. and do a slow pan right, cut the bleachers.
Tim's looking for Harrison. Pass them behind on low.
Harrison is incomplete.
That's nice. And resolve.
It'll be third down and about.
Harrison's slow to get up. It appears to be that left ankle. He's very ginger to get to the sideline. Still looks like he can put weight on it. But not much of that.
Guys, you've been doing an awesome job on camera.
Christian Frank will come in at wide receiver for the injured Fluco. Third and 8.
Slow, there you go, Brian. Tilt down a touch. And there we go. To
screen pass out to Franco. He cuts up the middle.
Pass is complete.
He'll bring it to the 20-yard line. He'll be a couple of yards short of the first.
Up to about the 20-yard line. A couple of yards shy of the first down.
Decision time now for Savannah. They'll bring up the punt unit.
And good bleachers.
Christian Franco in the punt the ball for Blue Island.
Take the white top.
Nice punt there by Franco. Fair catch called. It will be caught at about the 50-yard line by Johannes.
About the 49-yard line of Western. Freeman is 5 seconds remaining to play in the first half.
.305 left in the first half. Warriors up by 12 on Flucos. Henry has a man.
Pass is complete to Hall.
And he'll be set down. Marcus Jackson there on the stop.
Gain of 1 on the play.
Justin Hawes there on the catch and run. Not much going.
Oh man, I want to go to Could you go at halftime and I come with you? Alright, I'm back.
2nd and 9. Henry rolling to his left. Shakes off a man. Marcus Jackson on the way. No Shaheen on coverage, forcing the incomplete pass. 3rd and long.
Perhaps you were bad at that wrong job of being a bad luck charm. I don't know, we seem to be doing better.
We're actually not doing too bad.
Yeah.
We're not sending out stuff. It's strange.
Perhaps all our players have
Big down coming out, 2nd and 3rd down and 9.
Henry dropping back. Has a man. He shakes off defender. He has a first down and more. Across the 35-yard line. Stephen Hearn on the reception.
Down to the 33-yard line. There will be a first down for Western. 2:03 remaining to play in the first half.
scream my arms here.
They're looking. They will scramble.
And the rule of incomplete pass.
Henry throws it as he was being tackled. Barnett thinks he was across the line of scrimmage. He wants an illegal forward pass. He won't get it.
Yeah, but you guys are doing great, but
Just the audio.
it's just the audio with the streaming. But you guys are on top of everything.
2nd and 10. Ball is at the 34-yard line.
Pretty well timed.
1:45 left in the first half.
And faded.
2nd and 10 for Weston.
Bada bing, bada boom.
Henry on the keeper. Cuts back to the inside. He has the first down.
To 25 to about the 23.
There you go, Brian. Thank you.
Evan Good and Jesse Watkins start the stop. It is enough for the first down.
All right, fade it. Alright, let's fade it.
1st and 10, ball spotted at the 24-yard line.
And the pass
Nicholas Chapanas gets the carry and then the throw.
down to the 2-yard line.
A bad throw at that, but still caught by Hearn.
It's fine.
Chapanas just
So,
adding another stat to his stat sheet.
Alright, let's fade it. Brian Moran. Okay.
Ball is at the
50 seconds, then they go for a rush.
Clock ticking under 45 seconds left to go in the first half.
Alright, now fade it.
There's some people.
It's 1st and goal.
Oh.
Chapanas will be stopped short of the first down.
11 carry.
Timeout called.
Timeout. 33 seconds remaining in the play.
When you go on there, do you mind if I finish on the
33 seconds left in the first
Ball
half.
is at the 1-yard line.
I just need to add a couple more things to the game. It's only take a few minutes. But, like, I might have to stay in there, like, for, like, 10 minutes.
I'll get beef with it.
Alright.
I'm checking it. Too much.
Hey, should I cut it?
Yeah. Alright, we're on you, Allie.
I'm having some fun.
And let's fade it.
One more thing for Way Christian Church for sponsoring tonight's game. Thanks again for their support. This is our 4th year as a major sponsor for STHS Athletics. Thanks to all those who sponsor STHS Athletics.
We're ready to get back to the football. 33 seconds left. 2nd and goal for Western Albemarle. Henry will sneak it in for the touchdown.
2nd effort gets the quarterback into the end zone. 28 seconds remaining to play.
Now stretch the lead once again to 32-14.
Alright, Brian, very slowly assuming position. There you go. Nice. Alright, so at halftime, Brian, it's going to go to a wide shot, right? Yeah, and just like lock it down on a wide shot, we'll be good to go. Alright, fade.
Extra point is up and good.
The score.
It'll be 33 for Western Albemarle, 14-4 for Dana. 28 seconds left in the first half. A very exciting yet frustrating first down for Fluvanna. They've had their fair share of opportunities to get into the end zone. And the ball ended unsuccessfully.
Alright, Brian, go get their home. Yeah, go
Also
get
on
that- get that
defense,
field.
every time it seems like Fluvanna gets a nice play, Henry comes back at them with
Very
a
nice.
30-yard throw or a 40-yard throw to get the momentum back.
Fade it back to Allie.
Going back deep for Fluvanna,
Alright,
Jalen Harrison,
Brian, go
Bob
back to our
Washington.
guys.
and
And then,
Javon
there
Burton.
you go, perfect. Alright, stay right there and fade to that. And Allie, go get their kicker. Please, thank you. Perfect. Alright, I juggled that pretty well.
Kicking off
Alright, and fade to it.
is Alan Corbett.
Should I cut?
Go.
Low line drive taken by Jalen Harrison.
There you go, perfect.
We're going to cross the 20.
I like that.
Jalen
the 30-yard
Harrison
line.
return, gets across the 30-yard line.
Very nice, guys.
And he keeps muscling his way to the 35-yard
Harrison is
line.
all the way into the 36-yard line where the Fluvanna will put it in play first and 10.
Fluvanna will have 19 seconds to work with. We'll see if they go for the Hail Mary.
Seconds go by slow.
Yeah, 19 seconds left.
No way now. Like really anyway.
Tibbs in shotgun. 1 to his right, 4 to his left. Pump fake. Quarterback keeper up the right side to the 45-yard line. Timeout taken. 10 seconds left.
10 seconds to go.
10 seconds.
Gain of 9 on the play. It'll be
No, that's
second
a
and
hail.
one.
Then they go for a Hail Mary.
Alright, and fade it.
Wait, how do you know?
Everyone does that before
No,
halftime.
these 10 seconds will work.
I'm gonna watch if you're wrong.
Alright, easy.
I'd be surprised.
Fade it.
Hey, let's go to Redskins.
Yeah, I got it. Alright, fade it.
Now would be a nice time for Fluvanna to pull a play out of their bag of tricks like they did
Alright,
earlier in
which
the
staff
game.
They would like do something.
Maybe finding Jalen Harrison. I'm sorry, Jalen Harrison finding Jesse Van Dyke for another touchdown. Would be just what the Flugos need going in halftime.
Let's fade it.
10.6 seconds remaining to play in the
Nothing's
first
gonna
half.
happen in 10 seconds.
Very entertaining first half.
I'm gonna laugh if you're wrong and you make another touchdown. But I'm sure you won't mind.
Tibbs with 4 to his left. Pump fake. As Jesse Van Dyke up the middle. He'll go down 5 seconds. Timeout taken, 4 seconds left. That'll be first down for Fluvanna. Ball spotted at the Western Albemarle 37-yard line.
Down to the 37-yard line. First down to the 38-yard line. First down for Fluvanna.
I already got that shot.
He's intuitive.
Huh?
He's intuitive.
Oh yeah, I know exactly what I want. That's what I like about these two. They just know exactly what I want at all times. Alright, Brian. No, not Brian. Allie, get there.
Coach Space directing his offense on what will be the last play of the first half.
And fake. There you go. Just keep it right there, Allie.
Very slow-moving, entertaining,
Alright,
frustrating
Brian's
first half.
Alright, perfect. And
3 seconds.
Frustrating if you're Fluvanna.
3.9 seconds to go.
I'm going to go inside. Take this and just give me everything. I'm here with you.
He goes up twice, Stanley.
Tibbs will jock back, step up in the pocket, roll to his right, launch it up. Caught by Harrison in the end zone. Oh my gosh! That says he has the
We
ball.
got that. We got that.
No, I can't tell
Hail Mary! Sean Tibbs for Jalen Harrison as the halftime buzzer sounds.
That was beautiful, guys. You guys were right on.
All I can say is touchdown
I think I've never been
Frucos.
happy with Cameron.
In the final point after is Franco Harris. Excuse me, Christian Franco.
Sorry.
It's fine, it's fine, that's fine. I want to
And the holder is Jesse Van Dyke.
Christian Franco out to attempt the extra point. Timeout taken
What was that?
by Coach Barnett.
I don't know, what was that? I guess that's halftime?
It's not halftime until we get the field goal.
But they didn't do anything.
Yeah, they kind of just walked away.
Yeah, they kind of
timeout. We're in timeout.
Oh, timeout, okay.
Okay, I was gonna say.
That's exactly what
That's
the
fine, Brian,
Frucos
that's fine.
need.
Go on, Alec.
How many times did they get a game?
Heading into the locker room,
Three.
There's
Yeah,
other
Brian,
people
Brian.
watching us.
it'll remain a 2-possession game.
I'll go back to
But if you're in that locker room, you're feeling a lot more confident than you did 2 quarters ago.
Yeah, with the uprights. With the big yellow poles. There you go.
Sometimes as the underdog, all you need is a little bit of hope. And then anything is possible.
33 to 20.
And fade back. That's a good shot. Very nice shot, Allie. Very nice. Alright, we're going to stay on this until
Frucos will go out for 2-point conversion. This will just be the cherry on top. Tibbs rolling to his right. He'll scramble for the end zone, and he has the corner. 2-point conversion is good. For Western Albemarle, 33. Savannah, 22. And listen to this crowd at Phil Browning Stadium.
And we won't charge you any extra money for the second half, so stick around.
We will turn you over to the FCHS Marching Band for their halftime performance. Once again, your halftime score, Western Albemarle 33, Savannah 22. An exciting second half about to unfold.
This is so neat.
Awesome.
This is awesome.
Awesome. I'm sorry. My mom, I got text from my sister saying my mom was having trouble hearing my mic. There's just a lot of like background noise. Is there any way you could like?
I can fiddle with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Could she hear them?
Yeah, she could hear everything.
But it was a lot of background.
A lot of background.
Okay, cool.
Final home performance of the 2012 season.
Awesome.
Fresh off
Even though before she sees that, good to know. I must not have something installed in Flash.
Is it on Rising Sports too? Let me check.
I'll check. Chad said he saw it, so we're good to go. That's good. Awesome.
Pieces that are including
Hang on, I gotta get this set. Hang on.
and incantation. Trumpet duet players tonight. Michael Tammany and Zach Dover. Drum major, Kerry Troy. Is the band ready? Ladies and gentlemen, your marching Lucos.
might not be going. Hang on 1 second. I need to get this audio fixed.
Dude, this is crazy. This game is really good. Like, I'm back to you. It's back to me.
Marching Fluco. The Marching Flucos.
Test 1, 2, 3. Test 1, 2, 3. Welcome back. We're ready to start the second half on Fluco Sportsnet, your home for the Flucos. Flucos heading into halftime, only down by 11. May seem like a lot, but for the Flucos, they will live with it. Ended the half on a Hail Mary to Jalen Harrison. Team's about ready to take the field. An excellent first half of football, both exciting, entertaining, frustrating, anything you want to say, it fits the bill. Plenty of action. Flucos will begin the second half with the ball. They would go right to left on your screen.
The third quarter while I rest up after that first half.
Kick is high and short, taken by Harrison up the left side. I'm sorry, the right side to about the 25-yard line. So the Fluco offense will take the field. Last time they took the field, they converted on a Hail Mary to Jalen Harrison and then converted a 2-point conversion to draw within 11 points of the Warriors.
Wait, no, where are you going? That's on your screen.
Tibbs and shotgun with Van Dyke in motion. He'll keep it up the middle. He'll power his way for a gain of 2, maybe 3. Van Dyke in motion again. Screen pass out to Burton. He has blockers up ahead, and he'll have enough for the first down as he takes it across the 35-yard line.
Number 58, Thomas Mullen with the timeout. And that's a Fluco first down.
Tibbs fakes it to Van Dyke. Looking for a man. Has Harrison, who catches it over the defender and has it at the 50-yard line.
And that's a Fluco first down.
That's back-to-back first downs for Favin on this drive. Harrison with the pump fake, scrambles forward, leans for a gain of about 3.
Number 53, Patrick Walton with the tackle. Brings up second down and 7.
Clock ticking, under 10 minutes left to go in the third quarter. Tibbs now with 4 receivers to his right, 1 to his left. He has Harrison.
Tibbs' pass is complete again to Jalen Harrison. Looks about to the 40-yard line, about a 5-yard pickup.
Nice pickup there on second down. Will bring up third and short.
We'll bring up third down, about a yard and a half on the first down. Ball's on the 40.
One thing, and that is when you're moving the camera, be nice to like let it first down, like camera and stuff. I mean, you're just learning, but like you're doing great so far. That's how you're back in the final. Keep up the good work.
Ball spotted on the 40-yard line. Quick pass out to Harrison. It's dropped. Harrison had it in his gut and wasn't able to come up with the catch. That'd be 4th and short.
Alright, zoom out. Yeah, there you go. I just wanted the lighter shot.
Big play here. 4th and short of Fluvanna's opening drive, and they draw Western offsides. Just what the doctor ordered for Fluvanna. That'll give them enough for the first down.
Who's up there?
Tibbs rolling out. Lobs it up to Jalen Harrison. Not able to come up with a catch. Well covered there was Drapanas.
Second and 10 for the Blue Jays on the Warriors' 35-yard line.
Second and 10. Van Dyke in motion. Play action. Screen out to Burton. Has room on the right side. Still fighting for yards.
Looks like the ball will be spotted on the 31-yard line, so about a 4-yard pickup.
There appears to be a flag on the play. It'll be a hold against Fluvanna. Not what they needed. Very promising drive. It'll be second and long. Ball spotted at the 42. They need to get to the 25 for the first down.
Please do something. I'd love to get something going on.
play blown dead. There's some movement on the line before the snap. The false start on Fluvanna. Fluvanna just shooting themselves in the foot. Ball moved back to the 47-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 22 to go. Tibbs moving up. He scrambles. He has room to his right. Picks up the penalty yardage and more. He'll be close to the first down. It'll be 3rd and 1. There appears to be a flag at the end of that play.
Can we like? I think he's just standing there next to the ball like it's his job. Hey, it's a football game, not a.
We apologize for any audio struggles we had in the first half. We got word that we heard a lot of background chatter and crowd noise. We appear to have that problem fixed. And that penalty will go against the Warriors, and that'll give Fluvanna the first down. So just as when it appeared that the Fluvanna drive was going nowhere on 2nd and 22, Tibbs scrambles for a gain of 20, and then the penalty pushes the Flukos up just enough to give them the first down. Ball spot at the 21-yard line. Van Dyke in motion. He gets the ball. And he'll get a short gain before he's shoved out of bounds. So Fluvanna making it into the Western Albemarle red zone on their first possession of the second half. A very time-consuming first half. Had the ball for almost 6 minutes. Tibbs throwing out to Burton in the screen pass. Burton cuts to the middle and he has a touchdown! Beautiful blocking up ahead for Burton. Finds his way into the end zone. That'll be a 20-yard touchdown throw from Tibbs to Burton. Touchdown coming at the 6:31 mark. And Fluvanna has themselves back in this game.
It seems like
Fluvanna will line up to go for 2. Tibbs looking, scrambles to his left, finds Raquan Washington and bounces off his chest. Frustrating end to that drive for Fluvanna, but nonetheless, still excited on the sideline and excited in the crowd. Phil Browning Stadium at its loudest this season tonight. Savannah has been in their fair share of underdog stories this season. A few weeks ago, they traveled to Louisa for the Lions homecoming game. They pulled out the upset 34-19, their first win against Louisa in 10 years. And last week had a very promising first half against the Monticello Mustangs for our own homecoming game, but was not able to come up to win. Hopefully a different story here. That appeared to be an onside kick attempt from Christian Franco. It'll be picked up by Western Albemarle at the 41-yard line.
What are you laughing at? No?
Cheerleaders getting this crowd into it as the defense takes the field for the first time in the second half. Henry on a quarterback keeper up the middle. He has room to the left. He is taken down from behind by Cody Childers. Second and short coming up for Western. Ball spotted just across the 50-yard line. Henry on the quarterback keeper has room to the left. He cuts back to the inside, taken down by Washington out of bounds. I'm sorry, that was number 27, Alec Turley on the stop. First down for Western Albemarle. Ball spotted at the 37-yard line. Keeper up the middle for Henry. Goes for nothing. No gain on the carry. Senior Devin Good getting in there on the stop. Clock ticking under 5:30 left to go in the third quarter.
Did you just start doing it this year? Huh? Did you just start doing that kind of stuff this year? What? Why are you up here? Why are you up here? What are you guys looking for?
Get out of here, girl.
I don't know. I don't know if they do.
It'll be 3rd and 10 for Western Albemarle. 4:58 to go in the third quarter. A much more fast-paced third quarter than the first quarter. First quarter with all the action lasted a lot longer than this. Third quarter going by in a blink. That appears maybe a false start against Western.
When are they going to do it?
be third down and 10 to go.
Third down and 10 yards to go for Western Albemarle. Henry looking for a man. He has him up the middle at the 20-yard line. That'll be a first down for Western Albemarle. That's a tough one to take if you're Fluvanna. You have them in 3rd and long and let them get the first down. A potential drive ender turns into a first down. As Henry carries the ball, he'll be shut down by Peter Lacey there on the stop, along with Marcus Jackson. Second and 6. Number 11 in motion for Western. Pitch out to him. He'll be stopped short of the first down. There's a flag on the play. Nicholas Drapanas. Was the ball carry there? It always seems as though the one with the hardest name to pronounce gets their name called the most. There'll be a 10-yard penalty for Western Albemarle. Ball will be pushed back to the 24-yard line of Fluvanna. From right here, it'll be a long field goal attempt if Fluvanna can keep them from gaining any more yards. Henry being chased by Childers. Penalty on the play. Caught by number 26, Trevor Harlow, on the catch and run. There'll be a hold, maybe? That's what Barnett thinks. Call will be a hold against Western Albemarle. It'll push them back even further. Now they're definitely out of field goal range. Ball pushed back to the 41-yard line. Second and 30. This is a trap play if you're Fluvanna. It seems like it's impossible, but a long gain here, and that makes a very manageable third down for Western. You don't want to give them any breathing room. A long lob pass, incomplete. Juggled and dropped by Drapanas. Jesse Van Dyke there on the coverage. That'll bring up a 3rd and 30.
Why is it always somewhere? Like every single play, ever since the start of the quarter. Pass interference, it's not fun. Where's Marco? Say shout out to student section, take his whistle. Take his whistle. We need do it.
Penalty is against the Flucos. Looks like the ball's going to be spotted at the 26.
No, you're kidding. That's not what
And that's not what the Flucos needed. It'll be a pass interference against Fluvanna. That'll move the ball up to the 26-yard line. It'll remain second down. Another whistle blown. That one will go against Western. So far, the refs have gained more yards than Western on this drive.
Would you believe it is still a second down? Ball spotted on the 31-yard line. Second and 21.
All right, so it's second and 21, ball at the 31-yard line. Hopefully we'll get a play off this time without a penalty. Henry on the quarterback keeper, chased down from behind by Jesse Lockett. And there's another penalty. This time it'll go against Fluvanna. It'll be a horse collar. At this rate, the refs might run out of flags to throw. It will be a horse collar against Lockett. And that'll be first and goal. First and goal from the 10-yard line in what is one of the most bizarre offensive drives I've ever seen in my life. Henry rolling to his left, chased down from behind, and he is sacked in the backfield. Marcus Jackson there. Marcus Jackson chasing Henry all the way back to the 25-yard line, pulls him down by his jersey. Huge tackle there by Jackson. Henry hands off up the middle. Tackled by Devin Good. Defense for Fluvanna flexing their muscles. It'll be third and goal from the 25-yard line. Non-stop action on this drive. .1:15 left in the third quarter. Third and goal from the 25-yard line for Western Albemarle. Henry rolls back to his left. Has a man. Incomplete. It'll be ruled incomplete. It appeared as though the receiver was able to corral it with one hand and bring it in. Not able to retain possession. We'll see what Western wants to do here. And there's another penalty on the field, apparently. It'll go against Western. Penalty is declined. 4th down. It would be a long field goal attempt from here. It appears as though Western Albemarle will go for it on 4th and goal from the 25-yard line. Huge defensive play here for the Flukos. Pressure coming. Pass incomplete. Jesse Van Dyke there on the stop. And now it comes down to the offense. I'll tell you what, the fans here at Phil Browning Stadium are sure getting a treat tonight. Just when it seemed as though the Flukos were dead in the water earlier in the second quarter, a Hail Mary, one Hail Mary later, and they found themselves only down by 11 at halftime. Touchdown in the third quarter, brought them within 1 possession. And now that huge defensive stand has Fluvanna with all the momentum in the world. Tibbs on the short carry there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Clock ticking, under 40 seconds to go in the third quarter. Both teams have only had 1 possession each in this quarter. Fluvanna's ending in a touchdown. Tibbs and shotgun with Ford to his right, Van Dyke in motion, play action. Tibbs scrambling to his left, gets it away. And it's caught by Mason Dahl on the sideline. Obviously, he's not part of the play. Flukos having fun with it on the sideline. It will be incomplete. 3rd and 8 coming up. This will be the last play of the quarter. There's only 2.5 seconds left. Big play here for Fluvanna as they draw Western offsides. It'll remain 3rd down, but it will push the ball up 5 yards. A much more manageable 3rd down. Only 3rd and 3 now. Tibbs gets it. Lobs it up for Van Dyke. He lays out and can't come up with the catch. That'll bring us to the end of the third quarter. And one has been the most exciting game of the season at Phil Browning Stadium. I'll tell you what, as a senior on this team, you have to be psyched out of your mind. You know it's your last quarter of football. Your last quarter of high school football ever. You want nothing more than come up with a win. I've been reading tweets all afternoon from some of the football players. Some of them were very emotional in the locker room. And once reality starts to set in that your career is winding down, then you just leave it all out in the field. Christian Franco will punt it, and that'll be an ugly punt. The ball goes nowhere on the punt. Back to the senior night, even the cheerleaders have shown emotion. A lot of them knowing it's their last game ever cheerleading. It's a very tight-knit group of girls, and they have just as much to do with this football game as the players themselves. It'll be 1st and 10 for Western Albemarle. Carry up the middle. Gain of 5 as he takes it across the 30-yard line. Second and 5, ball spot at the 27-yard line. Quarterback keeper. He appears to be just short of the first down. It'll be 3rd and 1 to go. Every play starts to take on a little bit more meaning. This one, probably the biggest so far. Henry getting to the outside, chased down by Peter Lacey, but has enough for the first down. He stretches across the first down marker to the 20-yard line. As the clock begins to tick, under 10:30 to go in the game. Henry lobbing it up to the end zone. Incomplete pass. The Flukos wanted an interception. And they will call it interception. Intercepted in the end zone. I believe it was Joey Shaheen on the interception. The senior coming up with one of his biggest interceptions of the season. Halts the Western Albemarle drive in its tracks. Here we go, 10:20 on the clock. Flukos down by 5. Whistle on the play. Penalty against Fluvanna pushes the ball back 5 yards to the 15-yard line. 1st and 15.
My brain's died out here.
Tibbs and shotgun with 4 to his left. trying to get Western offsides. There'll be another penalty.
Nice job, Ryan.
Against Fluvanna.
Just follow it.
Delay of game apparently is the call. And another flag thrown out by the ref.
Hey, they got us back. They got us back.
Dissolve to the roof. We can pick up the cheerleaders real quick. Real quick.
The penalty call is getting a bit out of control here. Another one against Fluvanna will push them back to their own goal line. This will be the drive of the century. Just over 10 minutes on the clock. Fluvanna backed up to their own 5-yard line, down by 5. Tibbs looking for Harrison. It's swatted down at the line. Second down, 25 yards to go for the first down. They need to get to the 30-yard line. Fluvanna rushing to the line. Tibbs rolling, pump fakes, tries to scramble, and he is taken down. He's taken down in the backfield. He's dangerously close to his own end zone. It'll be spotted just inches away. 3rd and 28. Handoff up the middle. Inside handoff goes for nothing. It'll bring out the punt unit. Disappointing drive for there. The Fluco's unable to capitalize on the Joey Shaheen interception. Penalties killing him that time. Punt high, taking at the 30-yard line. Receiver cuts back to the inside. He'll be taken down near the 20-yard line. So the Fluco defense coming out for once again a huge defensive stand.
Bleachers down that shot and dissolve the bleachers. Way left to the crowd.
Timeout on the field. We'll take time to give a shout out to our Fluco TV crew under the supervision of David Small, a TV production teacher at FCHS. We have Zach Hazel, Will Lowe, Owen Leitzel, Ali Giselle, Brian Hayslip, Erica Gibson, Nick Denby, and Ryan Ewer. And I'm Chris Markham on the mic, bringing you Fluvanna versus Western Albemarle. As we stand, it's 33 for Western, 28 for Fluvanna, 8:56 left in the game. This will be Fluvanna's last game of the season, Western will play for the Jefferson District Championship next week as a quarterback keeper goes for a short gain. Henry rolling to his right, he'll keep it. Chased down from behind. He is fighting his way, and he has the end zone. Touchdown, Western Albemarle. Kent Henry using his legs once again to scramble away from the Fluco defense. And that's a huge touchdown. That'll make it a two-possession game. Extra point attempt is up and good. And that'll make it 40 for Western Albemarle, 28 for Fluvanna. Other Fluco sports occurring this upcoming week. The Fluvanna varsity volleyball team will play in the Jefferson District Tournament at Powhatan High School next Tuesday. The varsity boys and girls cross country teams will compete in the Region 2 championships at Oatlands Plantation after the Lady Flucos picked up their second consecutive Jefferson District title. Their team will compete and try to make it to states. And on the boys' side, sophomores Austin Early, Travis Moe were all district and will advance to the regional meet, along with myself, Chris Markham. As the postseason gets underway for the fall sports, Western Albemarle will kick off. Raquan Washington takes at the 10-yard line, across the 20, 25-30, and he is tackled at the 33-yard line. 8 minutes on the clock. Fluco is down by 12 points to Western Albemarle. A big drive will be needed here if the Flucos want to have a chance to make a last-minute comeback. There'll be an injured Fluco on the field. He'll be carried off. Number 63, Devin Nicholson. Appears to be that right ankle. He'll be helped off by trainer Sarah Miles, putting absolutely no pressure on that left ankle. He works his way to the bench. Flucos will take the field. Ball at the 34-yard line. Handoff goes to Javon Burton. And he stumbles his way across the 40 to about the 44-yard line, and he has enough for the first down. Clock keeps ticking.
7:45 left in the game. Tibbs finds number 27, Alec Turley, on the outside. He shakes off a defender, and he works his way across the Western 45. He has a first down. Alec Turley with a big reception, giving Fluvanna the first down in Western Albemarle territory. They're going to have to work quickly if they want to have enough time to have another possession. Handoff goes up the middle to Burton, and he runs into a wall of Warriors. 77, Dante Henry III on the stop.
No gain on the play. Second down and 10.
Guys get a lot less movement with your shot. It's really slow pans and zoom range, and it's great. And follow the ball, Will. Catch it, please.
Tibbs rolling back, lobs it up to Devin Good. He has a short gain as there's a flag on the field.
2-yard gain on the play, and there are flags on the field.
Clock is at 6:26 remaining in the game.
We'll get a shot of the cheerleaders room or something else just to have them away too. I don't know. Maybe they're going to do a stunt or something. Zoom in a little bit, Ruth. Stay right there, please. You're up on there. Pan left, Ruth. Pan left.
Coach Barnett
Good, and here we go.
yelling at the ref. The penalty will be waved off. It'll be 2nd and 8.
We go to wide shot again, Ruth, on the field.
Van Dyke in motion. Play action. Screen goes out to Burton, and he is tackled in midair.
Incomplete pass.
Burton was not able to come up with the catch, ruled incomplete. It'll bring up 4th down. I'm sorry, that previous play was 3rd down. So the Flukos will leave out the offense. It's make or break time now for Fluvanna. I'm sorry, it is 3rd down. Some confusion on the part of the chain gang. Western Albemarle will take a timeout at the 6:04 mark.
The coaches up there?
So far, this has been a very high-intensity, entertaining game. Flukos have had their share of frustration, unable to convert on some key offensive possessions earlier in the game, but still find themselves within striking distance. A big Hail Mary throw from Tibbs to Harrison at the end of the first half gave Fluvanna all the momentum they needed to stay in it.
Follow that cheerleader then.
And here we are, Western Albemarle 40, Fluvanna 28. 6:04 left for Fluvanna on their season, barring overtime.
You're on air. You're on air, Ruth. Email. On air. Yep. You're good. Ruth. You're good, Bleachers. Just get in as tight as you can. You're good.
Third down. Third and about 8. Ball is at the 40-yard line.
A lot of confusion going on down on the field. We'll get it all sorted out. The Western Albemarle fans have something to cheer about, as the ref will have a word with Coach Barnett. I believe their argument was that the previous play was third down, and that is now fourth down. And it will be fourth down and 8. Ball at the 40-yard line. Figures have to get to the the 32 for the first down.
And it's off of the Bleachers. Nice shot.
And we will finally get the action underway. Pitch goes out to Javon Burton. He will throw it back to Tibbs, who has the first down and more, across the 20-yard line and out of bounds. An ugly but effective play as the crowd gets right back into it here at Phil Browning Stadium. The pitch back to Burton, throws it back to Tibbs. A very slow, high throw. Nonetheless, Tibbs able to come up with the catch. Had a mismatch with the offensive lineman. Was able to speed away for the first down. Ball at the 23-yard line. It'll be a quarterback keeper. Tibbs will take it to the 20-yard line.
Dominic Christopherson will start.
Clock continues to tick. 5:20 left in the game. Tibbs with the play action. Throws it, has Raquan Washington caught at the 15-yard line. It'll be third and about 3 to go for the first down. Flucos are in 4-down territory now. So you don't necessarily have to get the first down, but with the clock ticking, you want to get the touchdown as soon as possible. Has Van Dyke on the side, and is ruled incomplete. Stephen Hearn there to break up the pass.
It'll bring up fourth down, about 3 for Fluvanna.
4th and 3. 4:30 left to go in the game. Fluvanna's season on the line with this play. Tibbs and shotgun, 2 in the backfield. And that'll go on Fluvanna. Van Dyke jumping the gun. He's a speed guy. He's a monster on the track. But I'm getting a little too anxious there. That'll make it 4th and 8. Burton in motion. Tibbs play action, rolls to his left. Lobs it up to Burton in the end zone. Incomplete. That'll be a turnover on downs with 4:24 to go in the game.
And the ball will go over on downs with 4:24 remaining.
Handoff up the middle. Be a short gain. Number 26, Trevor Harlow on the carry. Western will try to eat up as much clock as possible to prevent a Fluvanna comeback.
Also, Peter Lacey in on this stop.
Fluvanna has given Western all they can handle this game. Ken Henry rolling out to his left. He is tackled. He'll be a few yards short of the first down. Western, #1 team in the district and ranked top 10 in the state. So Fluvanna knew they had their hands full, but they have rose to the occasion tonight, giving the Fluvanna faithful quite a show. Handoff up the middle. Stop for nothing. As DeAndre Key on the tackle. It'll be 4th and 1, and Western will bring out the punt unit. Clock ticks under 2:40 to go.
As the Royals will send in their punting team, back deep for Fluvanna is Jesse Van Dyke, number 12, and number 22, Quan Washington.
Jesse Van Dyke along with Raquan Washington back to receive the punt. Western will use up as much time as they can before they punt. Rugby style goes out of bounds at about the 50-yard line. 2:07 left. Fluvanna down by 12. A quick touchdown and an onside kick is what they need. And then they will rely on Hail Mary once again. Worked for them in the first half. Hopefully they can do it again in the second. Tibbs drops back, steps up, lobs it up into no man's land for Jalen Harrison.
Intended by Jalen Harrison.
Harrison, as you remember, seemed to injure one of his ankles earlier in the game. He seems to be running on it kind of gingerly here in the second half. Like you think if he hadn't hurt that ankle, he would have been able to catch up to that last pass. Tibbs rolling right. He throws it behind Raquan Washington. That'll bring up 3rd down and 10. Ball spotted at the Flukos 48. They have to get it to the Western 43 for the first down.
Third down and 10 for Fluvanna.
Tibbs drops back, rolls to his right, gets it away, incomplete.
Again intended for Quan Washington. It's broken up by Stephen Hearn. It'll be a 4th down for Fluvanna.
Fluvanna has all their timeouts remaining. 1:55 left, 4th and 10.
And it's a minute 55 to go. 4th and 10 for Fluvanna. Needless first down.
Tibbs drops back, scrambles forward, has room to his left, and he is chased out of bounds before he can get to the first down marker. That'll be a turnover on downs, and they'll bring out the Fluco defense.
He's about 3 yards shy of first down. Great effort. 1:48 remaining to play.
Handoff up the middle. He is shut down in the backfield. Jesse Lockett and Devin Good getting on the tackle on the carry from Justin Hawes. Timeout taken by Fluvanna. 1:42 left in the game. We'll take time to give one last shout out to our Fluco TV crew tonight. They've done a great job putting on this broadcast. They've done a great job all season. Under the supervision of Mr. David Small, we have Zach Hazel, William Lowe, Owen Leitzel, Ali Giselle, Brian Hayslip, Erica Gibson, Nick Denby, and Ryan Ewer, and me, Chris Markham, on the mic. This will be our last football broadcast of the season, as the football season will end. We will bring you Fluco basketball in coming winter. I want to thank all of you watching at home. Quarterback Henry will keep it. He'll cut back to the inside, and he'll be tackled in the backfield. It'll be 3rd and long. Timeout taken by Fluvanna. 1:33 to go in the game.
It'll be third down and 11. Third down and 11 for the Warriors. Back to pass.
Pass thrown in incomplete. Be a flag at the end of the play. Western wants a roughing the passer. It will be roughing the passer against the Flukos. And it will be a first down for Western Albemarle.
At about the 41-yard line.
Handoff up the middle goes for no gain.
And the ball stopped after a 1-yard gain.
Kyle Swanson getting in there on the tackle. Devin Good getting a standing ovation as he comes off the field, getting a hug from Coach Barnett as it'll be his last as a Fluco. Emotional moment there for Good. His tremendous high school career coming to an end tonight. Javon Burton also being taken out. His tremendous career ending tonight. He'll receive a hug from Coach Barnett. An emotional moment for both the seniors.
Second down and 9 for the Warriors.
Handoff goes up the left side. Tackle there made by number 5, Taquan Lewis. Clock ticking. 1 minute to go in the game. Now Joey Shaheen comes out. Been one of the stars of the secondary for the past couple years for Fluvanna.
Joey Shaheen comes out of the game. Third down and 5 for the Warriors. Defiance again on the carry.
Jed Harris getting there on the tackle that time. That'll bring up 4th and short. And that'll bring us to the end of the game. Clock ticking. 5 seconds left. 4, 3, 2, 1. And that's your game. Western Albemarle 40, Fluvanna 28. That's the Fluco season. They'll finish with a 2-8 record. But don't be fooled, they had a tremendous season. As I mentioned earlier, getting their first win in 10 years against Louisa, and gave the crowd quite a show tonight against one of the best teams in the state. Thank you for listening with us all season long on Fluco Sportsnet. It's been a great time giving you these games. We'll bring you Fluco basketball in the winter. Once again, your final score 40 for Western Albemarle, Fluvanna 28. Thank you for listening and good night.